So basically, we had this guy called David Fellini, and David, he's French, and he decided to become a licensee about 5 weeks ago, and he got fully positioned from the very beginning. So he also became titanium and platinum. Now this was a big investment for him at the time, and his wife didn't really know what it was all about. So naturally, she was a little bit concerned. David got here. He arrived here in Fiji at the Platinum Mastermind, and in those 4.5 weeks since he's been involved, he's made a little bit over $12,000 in his pocket. Now that's good, but what's even better about that is the fact that it was pure residual. What actually happened was he had a MOBE licensee under him who decided not to get positioned, and they of course went in and started marketing, getting leads, and one of their people actually got fully positioned as a titanium and platinum. Because they weren't positioned, that actually passed up to David. So there was $8,000 right there, which he was pretty happy about that. So David came up to me and he told me that this was all a surprise for his wife, bringing her along to Fiji. And he wanted to surprise her with one other thing. You see, we have this program called the MOBE Merc, or the MOBE Mercedes. Basically, if someone's getting enough sales per month, and it's not much at all. If you're a platinum member, it's like 3 licensed sales per month, which is easy. We will actually buy them a Mercedes-Benz, and they get to choose whatever Mercedes they want, and we actually make the repayments for them. It's a little perk or a reward for doing well in MOBE. David has actually just qualified for the MOBE Merc, and his wife didn't know about it. So he came up to me before the event and he said, "Matt, can we announce this to my wife?" And I said, sure, and let's do it. Let's actually bring you up on stage, talk about your results at $12,000 you made, and then we'll hand the mic to you, and you'll bring your wife up and you're going to tell her that she's getting a Mercedes-Benz. And he did it, and I was standing at the back of the room watching all of this. He brings her up and she's not expecting it, and he tells her, "Look, I have one other surprise for you." And he tells her that he's getting her the Mercedes-Benz she's always wanted, and she starts tearing up. And I'm not an emotional guy by any means. I'm like fairly logical, rational, and so on. But she was tearing up, he was tearing up, and so was I. I actually I had to look away because I was tearing up, and so many people in the room were. So that's one of those moments where, just to capture that, it was just incredible. And she didn't know what MOBE was before this event, but now she's one of our biggest fans. So it's great. It's great to see that happening. It's great to see when people invest in this. I love seeing them get results. I love seeing them make sales. I love getting results for our partners.
Take you to be able to get to that point, to be able to invest, to get something like that?
Well, I'm hoping that I could buy a Lexus at the end of the year.
Yeah?
Yes, yeah.
But would you be happy with any kind of sports car, or?
There's one sports car that I like, but I don't know if I'm able to control it, It's so powerful. For me, it's just like a display, or maybe someone could be driving it for me.
Oh yeah? But
Yeah.
You like sports cars?
Oh yeah, I like the Porsche one.
Yeah? But why do you like sports cars?
Well, I think it gives you that kind of freedom, liberty, and status as well.
Yeah?
Yes.
That's a bit of a dream.
It's a bit of a, dream. Outside the dream.
Is it do you dream, do you like fast cars when you were a young girl, like a teenager? You'd be like, oh, check out those hot cars, or the guys driving hot cars, or anything like that?
I never really thought of that, but when I was in Dubai, I've really seen this, rich young people there, locals, who are really sporting different kinds of, sports cars. And so I said, oh yeah, it would be nice to have one of those, something like that.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And David, do you want to just come over here for a second?
3-4 hours a day, I had to have support. And here, I have a tremendous support, especially in the mastermind, especially in events like this, where you can share and where people gives you insights and gives you like more of a better perspective that yes, you can be successful online. So, but I want to. Okay, so the 12,000 internet marketers who begins, who doesn't know, who doesn't have strategies, but they want to learn from the best. And sometimes you're like working, have no result for 2 years like me. And you need support. Okay, you need support from Mo, but you also need support at home. And she's a wonderful woman. She always believed in me on all those 4 years that I've been in internet marketing. And sorry if I'm emotional, but it takes a lot of strength for a woman to do that. And she's one of them. And I want just to thank you. I like surprise. I like to give you surprises. And there's something I didn't tell you before you came here. Okay, so do you like surprises? do you know what is a surprise?
No.
So what's amazing with Mo is I've actually qualified and Mo would pay a full amount, a Mercedes SUV, luxurious GL class.
Oh my God!
This is now. Mo actually pays for this.
Oh, what can I say? I've never been into this, but well, thank you very much, Matt. This is like out of this world experience. I feel like leaping outer space right now. Throw this thing away. But thank you so much, and I hope that this would serve as all an inspiration for all the internet marketers. Like, I have listened to some of your stories, and it had really kind of like inspired me into more. I'm sure to myself that yes, this is really the right place for most of us. I just say us because I'm supporting David into this one. So thank you so much, and yes, more power to this Platinum Mastermind.
From Matt. This is Matt's way of appreciating you, and this is for you from Matt, so that you can somehow get really drunk in front of everybody. So, thank you, Matt. All right, so we are going to take a very short break. Coffee, tea, and all that good stuff, and champagne. Hey. It's 5 o'clock somewhere, baby.
Wow, what a beautiful flower. Yes, it's yours.
Is it true, Jonathan?
It's true, Gemma.
I don't know.
I can't really believe it's so surreal to me right now that Matt and the company is so generous to really give this gift. Like I'm not used to it.
Yeah.
I'm not used to this. So yeah, I'm really so thankful and grateful to be here. Yeah, heart is really like still. Maybe I have to go to my room and just kind of like digest it all in. Because right now it's really like. They're really giving this.
Yes, it's true. When we come back to Ottawa,
But when we tell our friends. When we come back to Ottawa.
what do you want to tell them?
I don't know. This guy gave me this person. I'm gonna go to my room because I just want to digest it all in. Because right now my legs are shaking.
It's okay, I'll go with you.
And so when I got in, I mean, when I went inside the room, who was speaking at that time?
Yeah.
What's his name?
JT. Michael Oliver.
The Royal Navy guy. What's his? The pilot. Our host, our MC, our
Yeah, JT.
JT.
Yeah.
So he was talking about the moment I walked into the room, he was talking about someone who had just recently, made not 12,000, not very specific, but a breakthrough. And I was sitting, and then he mentioned David Fellini. And I was like looking around the room. Well, he's out there. He's being interviewed right now. And then you walked in, and so I was looking for the camera. I can't find the camera, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna be missing this opportunity for David being up there in the stage and being interviewed. And so what shocked me was when he started talking, and then later on he was addressing something personal, like, I said, where is this leading to? I hope I'm not gonna be called in the stage. So, which he did, and I was like, oh no, I can just wave my hands here, thank you, that's me, that's the wife. Yeah, I had to go into the stage, and it's just so surreal actually, because I thought I'm just going to be there to kind of like really acknowledge how sweet and how romantic is my husband, to publicly display his affection in a business setting. So, but I also felt emotionally appreciated at the time, because he never said that to me. He never said that really, like, I didn't see it that way, that he sees that as my support role, like, being there for him for the past 2-3 years when he was not yet making the money in internet marketing. And so for him to acknowledge me is just like, it's just one of the best things that I've ever received from him, especially it's in the public. I mean, it would be okay if it's like, one-on-one person, but I just see the magnanimity, or the enormity of how he had expressed his appreciation. And to put an icing to the cake, there's this Mercedes-Benz. So it's just like, whoa, I can't really believe it.
Wow, that must have been a shock.
Yeah, it was really a shock. Like, these guys, are they still pulling my leg at this point of time? Like, they're handing me this, manual for Mercedes-Benz, and to say that it's mine really is, it's just outrageous,
How do you think the surprise went in hindsight?
I think it went, way exceptional. I mean, that she never heard about the Moby Mercedes before, and that I'm thankful for that, so that she can have all the surprise on stage, and where I can share that the support from a wife is so important in this business also. So I really encouraging all the wives and all the husbands to support each other, because this is key for long success. long-term success.